Let's go.
Why are you throwing shit at me?
I'm not throwing shit
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hello, and welcome to the Bourbon Blend. I am Courtney, and this amazing person next to me is Jay, and we are here to discuss some Penelope bourbon this evening and other miscellaneous exciting things in our lives.
Wow, that was a great opening.
Great intro. Great intro. I've practiced it for a long time.
Hey, what's already in the glass there?
That would be Heaven Hill.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, welcome to the Bourbon Blend. We're going to be doing Penelope, what do we call them? Series X?
Yes.
Bottle X? What do we call them?
Something like that. Project X.
Yeah, we have two different kinds of Penelope Project X, and I like them in this sexy black bottle. Black bottle.
Yeah, it's a little misleading. I would not think that was a bourbon in there. I would think that was a wine, that's okay.
It looks like your Willet.
No, it does not.
It does.
No, the Willet is in a completely different shaped bottle. The Willet purple top is different because it is a clear bottle.
Oh, hold on.
I'm 100% correct. So
we'll go to the big board on that.
We are going to go to the big board. You don't have to go to the big board. It's right here. That is not the same bottle.
I didn't say it was. I said it's black, though.
No, I said this looks like a wine bottle.
Okay.
Anyway, moving along
Is it the
from
same
that.
bottle as the Eagle Rare?
We'll just put that right there.
Anyway, guys, it's great to see you guys. We've been married 38, 48?
No, not that long.
How many years?
It feels like it, but it's not that long.
Anyway, it's great to have you guys here with us on another Thursday night. I know it's Independence Day Eve.
That's right.
But we checked with our elders and our...
the elders gave permission.
and they said, hey, I think that we would be down for a show tonight. So
why not?
Why not?
Everybody wants to drink right before the holiday.
Of course.
Or into the holiday and after the holiday, so why not start now?
Knuman says that looks like a wine bottle. Courtney?
That's exactly what I said. It does, and being called Project X gives me a little scare tactic. Wasn't there a movie about a monkey?
Yes.
When that was
Matthew
called?
Broderick?
Yes. So it was a little...
Project X?
Was that what it was called? I can't remember, but yeah, it's a little scary.
T-Roy Tiger in the house. The man himself, legend. Nick A is with us tonight as well. He says, JG.
Hey.
And Nick says, pour one out for the bunk because the original bunker went dark last night about 7:30.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of sending a message to Brimiaku to get him moved over, and then it went dead on me. So that's the way it goes. Runner 24 with us as well.
Yes.
He has made the move to the new site over at Auburn Live. Also, it redirects from Auburn Sports. So if you type in auburnsports.com, it takes you to where you need to go.
That's good.
But we're going to change our bookmarks and all that kind of stuff. Knuman says, love the drain. Thanks for doing it tonight. Knuman was one of the elders that I spoke with. Also, Cass DP. Also, Ravin.
Nice.
Two of those three are not here yet, but that's okay. No big deal.
That's right.
So, agenda. We're going to drink these bourbons.
We are going to drink these bourbons.
We're going to talk about some bourbon news, some interesting bourbon news. I hope you have some extra tidbits on that.
I have some bourbon news that I shared with you earlier.
I know.
Okay.
And we're going to go through some pictures. One of them is a stock photo of a coati that some people call a tejon.
And Jay's very upset that it's a stock photo. But I didn't get the real live photo of this creature that we saw.
Do you feel like our viewers deserved an actual photo?
Well, that is true. They deserved an actual photo, but I was not fast enough to get out of the pool to get my phone to take a picture of this creature.
You could have had it in the pool like some of the other girls in the group.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, fair enough. And then we were going to do some of Courtney's Corner, which I like to make fun of Courtney's Corner because I find it vapid and silly, but this one was actually fun. It challenged me.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that you were so excited about it.
It challenged me. It challenged me in special ways.
Good.
Knuman says number one is here, though, when we talked about 1, 2, 3 earlier. Of course,
Yes.
Knuman. What a legend. And B. Haynes from areas near and far.
That's true.
Of course, she actually lives across the street. She's here, too.
Correct.
Becky would like to have some of this, too, because it's delish, probably. Although
Well, we're going to find out. We don't know. That's what it is. It's all a big test. Jay, where did you obtain these bottles?
I got this from the Alabama BBC.
Oh.
ABC. Yeah, I did. And when I saw it up on the shelf, I was behind the counter, and I was like, hey, man, are these the same? Probably. And he goes, no. These are two different kinds. I said, I'll take them both.
Let me have them both.
Because I don't know.
Try them out. You never know.
I don't know which one was going to be good and which one was going to be bad. Knuman says, wait, what? Courtney's Cornier.
Corna.
Or Corna. Corna. That's the way Corna.
Thank you, Knuman. It always sparks a conversation.
I wish that I could get Carnell Williams to say it. He would call it Courtney's. I don't know how he'd say Courtney, but he would definitely say Counter. Courtney's Counter. He's really country. Counter. Counter.
Kona.
He's from Etowah, Alabama. All right, we're going to go to our first.
You need to drink what's in your glass first.
Oh,
buddy.
Of course. What am I drinking? Can you show the folks what we're drinking?
Well, it's behind me somewhere, but it's
Was it grain glass?
No, it's just a regular Heaven Hill.
Oh,
Heaven Hill bottled and bond. We've discovered after a little sampling this last week that blind sampling that this is still a moneymaker. This is one that you are going to want anytime. It's easy to get. Typically easy to get. It's about what, $55?
Huh?
Yeah. It's delicious.
Yeah, we
Enjoyed
were doing some blind taste testing. Me and Cordy and B. Haynes and Cousin or Cuzzo from the chat, and we found that this Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond probably was our favorite pour.
It was out of all of it, and we had way too many pours. What did we have? We had 12?
12-ish.
12 pours.
Yeah, we did, and we actually I didn't know this until it was over, but we taste tested this against the new Old Fitz Bottled and Bond 7-year, which is a very hot bourbon right now. And although we like that bourbon quite a bit, we thought this was actually a little bit better.
Yeah, that was still my fave. And I think it was our first taste of the evening too.
Yeah, which normally you would not like it as much, right? All right, so I'll go ahead and hit this. Again, this is on me and Courtney's Hall of Fame right here. So if you guys are saying, hey man, I don't drink that much bourbon. I know a lot of you guys in the chat do drink a lot of bourbon, but if you haven't, if you're one of our new viewers, maybe from the counter, this is definitely a go-to. If you're like, hey, I'm getting started, I don't know what to drink, what should I get? Right here. And if you're in the state of Alabama, this should be in your ABC store. It's pretty widely available.
Good stuff. Yes. And consistently good stuff. And like I said, easy to get and not unreasonably expensive for a bottle of bourbon.
I mean, I would like for the front end to be a little stronger, but...
I mean, it's bottle and bond. It's only going to be 100 proof.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You can't expect to have your socks knocked off.
Well, you can knock my socks off any day, girlfriend. All right, our first pour of the night officially is going to be the Penelope Cognac.
Okay, let's see which one this is.
Not that one.
Not that one. So we'll go with this one.
So I wish I could tell you more about the age statement on this bad boy. No age statement on this. I'm assuming it's between 4 and 6 year. This is going to be...
Ooh, that was a good one.
Is it a real... simulated cork.
Simulated cork.
This is going to be MGP juice distilled in Indiana, just across the Kentucky border. I believe it's called Lawrenceville, Indiana. That's what Penelope's all about. And they are actually owned by MGP now. We talked about this on a show maybe 15 shows back. That Penelope is a startup that just started maybe in 2018 or so. Yeah. And then they sold it to MGP for
crazy money.
Tons of money.
Yes.
They made so much money on that, and God bless those kids.
Jealous.
All right, so the deal here is it's your usual Penelope, probably 4 to 6 year, and then it goes into a cognac cask for a period of time. I don't know how long.
So I should typically like these because I like finished bourbons typically.
You do? And I feel like cognac would probably be more like what you would like. It's more of a winey type thing.
Yeah.
But surprised by the color. It's lighter than I would have expected.
Yeah, it's very light. I don't see real legs on this though. I don't really see many on there.
Oh, I think there's a little bit of leggage on there, Courtney.
Not like what I would expect.
Well, not like some of that stuff we were drinking earlier in the week. It's got a little viscosity on that bad boy. Let's see. T-Roy says, glad the ABC now carries that Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond regularly. There was a time. Indeed there was, sir. Indeed there was. And actually, the price has gone up. It's pissed some people off. Cuz says, Ravin missed the pop.
Yes.
That is on Ravin.
Had to replay the pop.
Because he was the one that kind of gave me the first rah-rah, the first pep rally. He said, hey, man, we need to do a show. Knuman says, he was in Michigan last week and drove for an important reason. Let's just say my gummy stash is back to strong. To quite strong. Just took a very strong gummy. Could be rather entertaining by the end. Thank you, Knuman, for sharing.
Those, what are they? The sour gummies. That's what he's talking about. That is really pack a punch. It's a regular sour gummy. I don't know how I feel about this yet.
I don't know how I feel about this yet. This might have the lightest front end I've ever had on a bourbon.
But
It's almost like water on the front end. What's going on?
boy,
108 proof for this?
it doesn't taste like 108
This tastes
proof,
like 70
but it's
proof.
very, very oaky. Very, there's a strong cognac taste. Like,
Wow.
very strong.
Really strong.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that yet.
It's not really winey, though, is it?
I feel it's a little bit on the nose, but it's much stronger on the tongue.
You know, this reminds me of Cousin Becky. Will know what this is. The Infinite Barrel that we had. It was one of our blind tastings the other day. It reminds me of that. First of all, it's got that color, and it's got that weak front end, and it's just kind of got that vaguely fruity, but not necessarily pleasant fruity.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Probably didn't pay a lot of money for it.
I'm not really feeling this.
What are y'all drinking tonight? I'm
Yeah.
curious to see what you guys are drinking. A lot
Everybody
of times,
got in their Glencairn tonight.
when we usually ask, they say Knob Creek, Maker's Mark. People make good choices around here because that's what happens.
But Wardam says.
Wardam Steve says, snagged a Penelope weeded a few weeks ago, and I'm
Okay.
about to pop.
I like it.
Yes, Penelope weeded. I don't know how new it is in the world, but around my part of the world, it's relatively new offering. I've not had it yet, but I would like to. So let us know what you think about that, Wardam Steve. Awesome pickup there. We're pretty big fans of Penelope, actually. I mean,
I'm not a fan of this one. Just being for real.
I'll say this has a good hug that lasts a while, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
And it's light.
I think it's light at first, but then it's like thick after that. Like it's just it's lingering in not a pleasant way for me.
May I get the writing instrument?
Yes. Would you like a
Stylus?
pen?
Is it, yeah, pen we can also call
Would you
it
like a pen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and write down Penelope Cognac. It's almost time for us to make a decision about how we're going to grade this bourbon.
It's still got a little burn, like late burn. Not a bad burn, but it's a little bit of a Kentucky hug.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's an absolute ringer for that Infinite Barrel.
That's probably why I don't
barrel.
like it.
Well,
Not a fan.
The basis of that previous one, the Infinite Barrel, is more like Canadian whiskey. This is not, but tastes like it. Chris W. says, Wilderness Trail weeded, bottled, and bond. Outstanding choice there.
There you go.
Wilderness Trail, of course, from Danville, Kentucky, home of Center College, which was our arch rival when we were Transylvania University Pioneers. Courtney played field hockey there.
I did.
And I was on the practice team.
He was.
I was a practice goalie strictly so I could stare at Courtney's ass because you played center back.
Such a player.
And you also were really good at, was it 18-yard hits?
16.
16-yard hits, where she would elevate it and it would go the other way because she would always elevate it.
Listen, I did not always elevate it. You need to elevate it a little. I just sometimes got overly excited and
I think it was
lifted
more
a little
about,
too much.
I think it was more about how you're not very pliable and you didn't get low enough. Wardam's.
I think you need to shut your trap. That's what I think you need to do.
Wardam Steve says, found it in Florida on the shelf while picking up a vault order. Think they got three bottles.
Nice.
Nice pickup, Wardam
Yes.
Steve. Tell us how you feel about it when you have a chance to
Yes.
pound that a little bit. Cousin says, drinking a Penelope toasted barrel strength pick.
Okay.
Excelente.
Nice.
Is that the red label? I can't remember if that's the red label.
I thought it was like light brown, but I could be wrong.
I thought that's what Wardam Steve had. What color are y'all's labels? It helps me. I don't know. I'm a color guy.
Yeah,
We'll come
you
up.
are a
We'll
color
discuss
guy.
this later in the
Look
show.
at the hair.
because-
You're a color guy. I mean, the facts are the facts, right?
I've had about enough of these. I was watching Righteous Gemstones earlier today. Just on the YouTube, it popped up, and remember when Judy and BJ got married at Disney?
Okay.
But they got married by the guy from The Little Mermaid. He was like
I don't
Prince
remember.
Eric or something
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
And Danny McBride goes, "Who the fuck is that?" She goes, "He's the guy from The Little Mermaid." And then BJ goes, "He's only the hottest guy in the whole Disney book." It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Thank you for the play-by-play, Jay.
Cuz says silver. I love the
Okay.
righteous gemstones. I can't get enough. I literally can't get enough. The show's over. Sad. Silver. Okay.
Okay, I
Got
you.
it. And that means that Steve's is probably that tan or that parchment color. Very
Hi,
good.
kitty.
T-Roy Tiger says, AA crawled so Jeremy Johnson could walk.
Y'all bad.
Runner 24 says, some Elijah Craig, and we'll need to look for another bottle soon.
Okay.
Elijah Craig.
Nice.
Good choice. I overlook Elijah Craig. I take them for granted. They're so widely available, but they're so solid.
Hang on a minute. Somebody wants to say something. Herschel, what are you doing? Hirsch, what are you doing?
Meow.
Oh, he's not going to talk. What a douche.
Yeah, you're a dick.
You're a douche.
It's almost time for us to grade this pour, Courtney. The cognac finish.
2.
Just a straight 2?
Yep. I don't like it.
Oh, I didn't think it was that bad.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's one of the worst
You can't
ones.
make me like it. I don't like it.
I
like
respect
it.
it. I respect it. I'm going to go a little bit higher than that, Courtney.
Okay.
Courtney gives it a 2 point. That's one of the lowest grades you've given anything.
I don't, before a holiday, I should have something I really like in my mouth.
I mean, I've got some ideas.
Some bourbon. Yes.
It's like, can we call it a kielbasa?
No.
Jay, that's too long. 2.5 for me. 2.5, which is still very low. That's the lowest I have given a bottle since the Pinhook 8.
Oh,
Courtney, you gave that a 2.25.
okay.
Anything else on here? You gave the Nulu Single Barrel a 1.5. And you gave the Old Soul 22 a 1.
A 1.
1 out of 4.
That must be nasty.
Nasty. All right, so not really impressed with this. I think there's a time where maybe you'd like this. I don't know.
I don't think so.
If you had to drink it in a really hot heat,
No.
you might like it.
Nah. Hey, Mav, what's up?
Let's see, Kanuman. Hold on, let me see. We're missing a few things here. Chris asks, favorite late night snack when drinking bourbon?
White Castle?
I was going to say Taco Bell. Well, yeah, because we don't have White Castle available where we're at.
No. Well, love me some Whiteys. That's just favorite late night snack, period. Like, not just with bourbon, it's with anything. With cheese.
I like those nachos at Taco
Beefy
Bell.
nachos.
Yeah, they're really beefy.
$2.99. It's a steal.
Kanuman says Danny McBride is absurdly funny. He
Yeah,
really
he is.
He's from Statesboro, Georgia. And we think he's hilarious. Kanuman says, congrats on taking over number 1, T-Roy Tiger. They're making some jokes there. Runner 24 says 4th of July hot dog, something you could put in your mouth.
That
It's
is
very
true.
meaty, Courtney.
That is true.
I'm glad that he's
Very
come
meaty.
up with...
I also put a big piece of watermelon in my mouth if I wanted to.
you could.
I could also put some potato salad or
Ooh,
some
no. I think that's about...
coleslaw.
You're starting to sound like Tanner. Do you like potato salad? I like potato salad. Do you like cats? I like cats. Do you like frogs? I like frogs. Do you like horses? I don't like horses. I saw a picture of Tanner and this girl. I forgot her name now.
Oh, they're not together though.
No,
They
well
didn't
they're
make
like
it happen.
they're like semi together or quasi together.
I didn't think they made it happen.
No,
We're
I don't-
talking about Love on the Spectrum.
Love on
by
the
the way.
Spectrum, which we love watching on
Yes.
Netflix.
It's so sweet.
Tanner's the
It's so wholesome.
he's the kid from Clemson.
Yeah.
Who's great. Got a great positive energy about him. Let's see. Oh, here he is, number 2. Yo. Blenders, drainers, and On 3 folks. I did post to On 3.
Oh,
Probably
Lord.
none of those folks came over here. They were like, I don't care about
I don't
this
care
guy.
about any bourbon. What y'all talking
But
about?
we're just trying to have fun on the 3rd of July,
The 3rd of July.
which is our Bourbon Independence Day. You want to go ahead and crack this next one over, Miss Courtney?
Yes, let's do that.
Cassidy P, glad to have you here, bro. And also, Courtney said we were going to hold till the next show, but we did
Yes.
have our Bourbon and
Wait.
Burgers event.
Ooh, that was a good one.
We had our Bourbon Burgers and Bourbon event
Bourbon
last
Burgers
Thursday,
and
so 1 week ago today.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say Buckhead and West Paces in case anybody gets upset
And
about that.
Buckhead.
We passed a sign that said entering Buckhead
It
right
did.
before we got in there. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in Buckhead, but some people like to fight about it. Anyway,
Oh,
we
well.
had about, 15 guys, maybe 5 girls.
We had 20 people.
I was pretty close then. Mm-hmm. And no Kenny Irons, unfortunately, but some luminaries such as Cassidy P., War Eagle G, AU Goat, Anderson, AU Panther was there. T Park, the legend himself, was there. What was it? AU 3000 was there. Auburn IP was there, which was an interesting name. Given
Can't forget Biscuit was there.
Call Me Biscuit was there as well. He was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Cassidy P, Mrs. Cassidy P, Jibby Jibby Waba, and Mrs. Jibby Jibby Waba. Mrs. AU Goat was there. So, man, we had a great time.
Yes.
Also, Cree Thoughts was there.
Yes.
Who's a stud. So, lots of great folks there. And,
yeah, it was a great time. We will definitely hook it up again next time and maybe elevate the next time as well.
Oh.
Yes.
Elevate. Okay.
Yes.
So
we had a nice, healthy discussion about our Bourbon Trail trip.
Yeah, we were thinking about going on a Bourbon Trail trip next year, like in the spring. Oh, well, May's not really spring.
It would be in May.
And we thought about just kind of meeting up there in Louisville and then doing like a bus ride.
Yeah, and going and visiting. And
maybe like one day we just do Louisville shit because you can kind of walk up and down and do that as a group. And then maybe the next.
Leave the planning to me.
Okay. I've been on one of these trips before.
Yeah. And who planned it? Okay. Who?
It was planned well.
Okay. Anyway, let's check out this.
Oh yes. Okay.
Penelope. Project Monkey X.
More MGP juice, of course. This is owned by MGP, so that's why I would explain. No age statement, but we believe it to be between 4 and 6 years. And this is going to be finished in some PX Sherry casks. 112 proof. So just a teeny bit more oomph on this, maybe.
Yeah, this should be something that I would typically like.
This should be sweeter, yeah.
I typically like a sherry cask finish, so I'm interested to see.
Sherry.
It looks a little bit darker to me than the other one.
Sherry's a very sweet spirit, so I'm thinking this is going to be kind of sweet.
I don't smell sweet on the nose. I smell something. I'm trying to figure out what my smell is. My smeller's a little off.
It's just not strong enough on the front, man.
It's too strong. The sherry is too strong in it.
You know what's
tastes like
cool?
bourbon.
I feel like the finish tastes like cocoa or chocolate or something like that. It's pretty.
It doesn't taste like bourbon to me.
I like the finish on that, but I don't like anything else about it really. It tastes like cocoa at the end.
I think it's the. I wonder how long they left it in the cask, sherry cask, because
yeah, typically it's like 6 months maybe.
Yeah, because this is very overwhelmingly sherry-ish.
It's kind of growing on me though.
Well, let's see.
This is growing on me a little bit. It's not totally unlike. I think a better version of this would be like Magnus. It kind of tastes like Magnus to me.
It's got long legs though.
She got some long legs. Yeah, this has definitely got some mouthfeel to it. As Ravin would say.
Your dog brought his bone up here.
Bone. Kind of like his daddy.
You always bring yours with you. You never leave it behind.
I haven't been separated from it for weeks. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
I'm a little disappointed because it tastes, like I said, it tastes like sherry almost.
What about that chocolate?
It tastes like, I don't get chocolate.
What about that chocolate finish? You don't get that at all?
Chocolate. Mm-mm.
Michael Cease's nice Jersey bourbon, man. I got this at Ross Dress for Less for like 1/3 price, and I'm so proud of the price I paid for it that I wear it on the show all the time.
He doesn't wear it any other place but on the show.
It's a real jersey too, like for real. It's got even like the fight strap on the back. I'm not going to show you that, but
does that mean when we're fighting, I can just grab that and knock you over? Is that what that's for? What's a fight strap? What's the point of it?
Because it hooks it to your britches.
Oh, so your britches don't fall down?
It's so when people fight you, your shit stays on because they always want to.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, you don't fight me, do you?
No. Depends on the day.
We used to tell Courtney or Maddie we were wrestling a little bit when she'd walk in, but that's a little different than what you're talking about. That's a little different. Got a good price for it at Ross Dress for Less.
Oh, it's not Ross
Courtney
Dress for
and
Less.
our daughter Maddie were shopping at TJ Maxx Dress for More the other day.
Yes, we were.
Disappointing to see that you want to flash that cash around. Cassidy P says, how many briquettes are we thinking for this flavor finished
I don't know.
booze? Great question. This one's going to be a little higher than the last one, but it's not. This is not.
Yeah,
great.
it's not a 2.0, but it's. I have another swig.
I can't believe you're not feeling that cocoa finish or whatever.
Take some water in.
Cousin said, on these finished bourbons, I wonder if summer or winter finishes has an impact on taste.
Interesting.
That is an interesting case, Cousin.
Or
Are they snatching these right off the summer warehouse, or are they snatching them off a December warehouse? I wonder if that matters.
Or, like Maker's Mark does their finished bourbons in the cellar. All the same temp.
Yeah.
So I wonder how different that is compared to these others.
Yeah. Matt N says, very glad to see you and Hoke today. Honestly, think you two are a great combo. That's very nice, Matt.
Good.
Did a show on the Auburn Live Noon show where Cole, I think, was going. He was gone.
He disappeared.
And Hoke goes, hey, man, can you come on the show with me this morning? I said, hell yeah, I can. Of course.
Of course I can.
So I was able to get hooked up with Hoke there, and we had Jacoby Matthews, Auburn's latest addition to the football team, which I think is sneaky good. Former 5-star safety, number 1 safety in the country when he signed with Texas A&M in 2022. Played 2 years for A&M. Was starting to really come on his sophomore year, honestly. Started the last 9 regular season games, jumped in the portal, had a lot of academic problems, and ended up having to go to junior college and not even play. He was just trying to get his academic house in order.
Yeah, okay.
Got it in order, and now he's going to play at Auburn this year. Probably will start off as a second choice at free safety behind Sly Smith, but has a chance to start, I think. And I'm interested to see. I think he's a feel-good story.
Okay.
A kid who was immature, who stood up and was accountable for what he'd screwed up, got it right, and now he's trying to make good on a second chance. I love stories like this.
Let's see if he makes it happen, right?
I'm excited about it.
Okay.
A good addition, in my opinion. What's not a great addition is this.
That's not great.
It's okay.
That's not great.
I already
These
have
are
scores
from
Sorry.
last time. That's okay.
I usually knock these off.
Actually, I would probably leave the 275 for me.
275? That's not too bad for you.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the 275.
Yeah, I'm going 275 too. It's not awful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I mean, $70, it's not worth $70.
Nope. No, but here's the thing, man. If this reminds me of Magnus, this is $70. Magnus is $100.
I don't know.
Magnus does have a better front end, though.
Yeah, I'm still feeling the burn.
Is that good or bad?
It's not good. I want to feel a little burn, but I don't want to feel it 5 minutes later.
All right. So kind of a mixed bag here with the Project X Penelope stuff. We didn't find anything real good, but found some stuff that was okay. Let's see what was going on there. Runner 24 says, funny, I thought Hoke was dry as hell. I did think his NIL stuff just went on a little long. He's got a real passion for that, and I think he just talked about it a little bit too much. There's so many details and nuances when it comes to NIL and the way it's going to work with the salary cap and all that stuff. I think it's easy to just kind of get lost in the weeds a little bit with that one. And he said also struggled with getting his questions to the point with Matthews, which I thought he did a good job on that, but I don't know. Kanuman says thought JGT was great at the runner-up. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you, Kanuman. He was very supportive on the channel there. Cassidy B says, I have a really hard time enjoying the finished bourbons. Angel's Envy is one that I enjoy, but I have a hard time with most others. It's so interesting you say that because Angel's Envy, we don't really like that at all.
I don't really care for
I don't
Angel's
either.
Envy. And typically I've liked the finished bourbons before, but I don't know if my palate's changing.
Oh.
That might be what it is.
You've been getting a lot of sweet and salty on that tongue of yours?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. Runner 24 says, Kanuman, he always is. Hoke. I got you. Kanuman says, I agree with that. Cassidy P, I do not care for Angel's Envy that much. Do not even care for Angel's Envy. Interesting point.
I don't care for Angel's Envy. I wish I did, because I feel like I should like it. So...
Matt says that interview was quite insightful. You both know how to ask the right questions the right way. Thank you for saying that. Thanks. Ended up writing a story off that because I agree with you, Matt. I thought he said some great stuff in that interview that I found very interesting. So I ended up writing a story about it and putting it out just so people who didn't have a chance to watch the show or we're going to go back on the show, have a chance to kind of get a quick read on that. Pretty cool. Cuz says Casa DP, I'm mixed on finish. There have been some stout finished bourbons that I really enjoyed. Others don't work for me. He's probably thinking about that one Bardstown Bourbon Company one. I think it was.
Oh, yeah. Goose Island.
Maybe it was Goose Island.
It's
It's
Goose
one that
Island.
Cuz and Becky have. I don't remember. We don't have it, of course.
I don't know if it's that one.
We got the shitty
I know
ones.
they do one
We
like
got
that.
the good ones. Fuckers. That's the way it works. Jay Cornett says, got Project X. Tastes like Cinnabon in a bottle. Love it. I
Interesting.
wonder which one you got. So there's other ones.
Yeah.
I think they have 5 or 6
I need to
of
find the
these.
Cinnabon in a bottle one because I didn't find it.
Jay Cornett, which one did you get, G? Which one tasted like that? That sounds amazing.
I need to know what that is because I would like that.
EEC says, hello, first time watcher. This is the artist also known as Auburn Panic 40 on the bunker. I was working with
Nice.
Auburn Panic 40 a little bit this week. He was being very patient when some shit
The
was
transition.
not. Yes, we were having some problems with his account, not through his fault at all. And we were able to get him worked out, at least to some satisfaction. He's still missing some posts and some likes, but we're working on that. I think those are going to come back.
Patience is a virtue, right?
Kanuman says, that was a great idea. Well done. That's all Hoke on that one. He did a great job on that. Because it says Founders Bardstown. Founders.
Okay. There you go.
Founders.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow we can sneak a little sip of that and remind ourselves what that shit's doing.
Maybe so. So,
There he is. Speak of the
all
devil.
in all, not a fan of either one of these. I would pick the sherry cask finish over the cognac finish, but neither of them are really hitting home like they should for $70.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, so I'm a little disappointed, but I'm glad we tried it. I think that their labeling and the bottle might be misleading to people, but
The fuck does that mean?
it looks straight up like a wine bottle. This looks like you picked it up and it's a Pinot Noir.
Okay,
Like
yeah. Okay.
it doesn't scream bourbon anywhere on it. Like bourbon is in tiny, tiny print.
Fair enough.
So
You better know what you're getting when you grab a hold of it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Ravin is here, so sorry I'm late. What up, fam? Glad to have Ravin here with us.
I'm glad you're here. Yay, welcome. Jay, we're at dozens.
It's exciting.
It's very
thank
exciting.
You, thank you to Taylor Swift for rating our stream tonight.
That's right.
She's a doll, I'm telling you,
know.
totally.
Such a good girl.
It says it's finished in a cognac cask. Selected by name is Napoleon Pastry. So we just drank that cognac cask, and it didn't taste like that to me. But guess what? I'm willing to give it another shot.
Well, this is an ABC one, an ABC pick.
Yeah, maybe they
So
just
maybe it's,
maybe he got it better.
I don't know.
Here you go, Ravin, for you, big boy.
A little pop action there.
I'm gonna get like just like a little nibble here.
A halfie?
The closest thing we've had to a proper Cinnabon is Penelope Rio.
Which I just so
That's
happen to have right
I
here.
forgot that you pulled that.
Yes, that is the dessert of bourbons.
Now that tastes like Cinnabon. Like,
This
actually.
is straight up sweetness. Like it is a dessert bourbon in my opinion. It is hard to come by. But I was going to have a little after this because, and it's going to be good because I'm going to be glad to have it after something I've not really cared for.
Yeah, that's true. You like. I wish you'd get another bottle of that. It's hard to find. Let's see what else we got. Ravin was asking what he missed because said the pop, but I just popped him. I had to give him a retroactive pop. Let's see. Cassidy pieces for $70, and at that proof, give me 2 Old Grandad 114s.
True.
Now that's
That
rough.
I need another one. I need another of that. I have not had that in a while. That used to be my early go-to. Let's get buzzed real quick. Kind of switched to the old Forester 1920 instead.
Yeah, because it gets you.
Gets you fucked up
Hooked
quick.
up.
Fucked up real quick.
Look at that, Cuz being very supportive. Says, Ravin, glad you were here.
Glad you're here.
That's what I'm
All
talking
right, well,
about.
I'm going to have a little dessert.
Ravin says, what was the first bourbon of the evening? The precursor was Heaven and Hill Bottled and Bond right here.
That was the starter.
That was week 0. And then don't give me too much because we don't have any.
Stop.
Okay. And then we went Penelope Project X Cognac, Penelope Project X Sherry, and now we're going to go with a little bit of
And not wild about either.
Penelope Rio.
Yes.
So that's what we're having tonight
Now.
so far.
It smells like,
Kanuman says that was a
it smells like straight up
throaty
brown sugar.
pop.
Yeah, it was.
I got questions about this.
What?
This says that it's an actual bourbon. It says it's straight bourbon whiskey. Mm-hmm. But I think that this is flavored.
It
The
tastes
honey-
flavored just because it's so sweet.
The honey on this is so strong that I just don't believe it. I think it's flavored.
This tastes like Cinnabon.
Yeah, that tastes like Cinnabon. Mm-hmm. It's got to be flavored, though, man. It's just got to be. Cuz says Rio is so sweet that I need insulin afterward.
It is really sweet.
It is. It's the sweetest bourbon
It is very, very sweet.
you can get.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like literally somebody put a Jolly Rancher in there. I'm wondering if Jay Lee would like this.
I don't know. This is I think it's yummy, but I can't have a lot of it. Kind of like Cuz said, it's so sweet.
Yeah, I don't.
That you are definitely going to feel it later in the sweet department. It's a dessert bourbon.
For sure. Ward MC says benchmark foolproof for the win.
You know what we need to do?
Wait on
We
me.
need to try out different bourbon creams on here.
What is Ward MC Steve saying? Benchmark foolproof. Make
No,
you think
I
about
was just
bourbon.
thinking of sweet bourbon, and I thought, oh, we should do a taste test of different bourbon creams.
Cassidy B says 1920 Old Forester is not fooling around.
No, it's
115 proof will fuck you up
good.
if you're not ready for
we
it.
don't have any up here.
Yeah, I don't think we have it up
I
here.
don't have
We
any right now in the hopper.
we may
I
have
think I
just-
drained it. I think I drained
I
that.
am not at all surprised about that. Matt says they're shooting fireworks on the east side on the 3rd of July.
You got to get started early.
Also, by the way, I saw a story, I think it was on WKA.com, that said they were talking about the noise ordinance for the 4th of July, and they spelled it ORDNANCE, which that word means artillery.
See, I didn't know that.
Ordinance
So,
with an I means a rule or law, and ordnance with no I, ORDNANCE, that is artillery.
I did not know that.
So we're talking about 4th of July ordinance. That's kind of actually on brand then.
Yeah.
Should shoot Roman candles. And my man, Jasher Cox, will absolutely tomorrow post one of my favorite memes of all times, which is the guy, the old man that starts shooting off the fucking Roman candle in his wheelchair. And I go, oh, Lord. Jasher will do it, and I will retweet it, and I'll be so happy to watch it tomorrow.
How about
Detlef,
there's one? The one lately is about, I can't remember what his name is, but there's a man in a wheelchair, and they set off the firework right next to him. He's trying to get it to move, and it won't move.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
He can't get out of there, and so it starts shooting right next to
Yeah.
him.
Oh, okay.
And the guy's going, oh, Lord.
I
It's fun.
didn't have the
I forgot his
on.
name, though. He keeps screaming his name, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, we
Yeah.
got Detlef Shrimp here with us. Great timing, enjoying some delicious bourbon myself.
Yes.
And you can trust in me. I'm Detlef. I saw you on TV during that Pacers Thunder series. They showed some of the great Pacers of yesteryear, which include Detlef. I believe Detlef was hanging out with Dale Davis, which is kind of two different kinds of looking dudes. Detlef, of course, live. Well, I don't know where he's from. Germany, Netherlands, somewhere like that. And Dale Davis, big old badass. Looked like he could
Big
bounce
one.
your ass out of the club. Let's see. Old Ravin says, anybody got that OGB 7-year BIB? Hold on, I got to think about this. OGB.
Is that thunder again? Oh, no, it's fireworks.
It's fireworks.
I was
I'm
like,
probably-
don't tell me it's thunder again.
Maybe
It's
that's
been
what
raining
Matt's
every
talking
afternoon.
about. Matt's in Montgomery, I
Yes.
believe.
Oh.
Courtney, what is OGB?
The
Old Grand Broad?
OGB. I don't know what that is.
I don't know
I'm
what
going
that
to be
is.
embarrassed when he says what it is. Yeah.
I don't know what the OGB is.
I don't
I'm
either.
missing it. Let's see. Canadian says, yeah, he thought the story was on WKRP. God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly.
True.
Wardam Steve says benchmark FP is a good early go to for $25.
$25. I'll give that to you.
Terry, that's who it was. He goes, Terry. Oh, Lord, Terry. That's it, Wardam Steve. You got it exactly right. Canadian says, Jasher Cox, man, I have not heard that name in years and years. That is sad because Jasher's, he might be my favorite guy I ever knew in Auburn media. He used to do radio here in town. He's moved into athletic administration. He's done really well. I think he's at Notre Dame now, working up there. But Jasher started out as a radio guy here locally, working for Andy Burcham when Andy was just kind of a local radio guy too. And he would do these little Auburn minutes, and he would go at the end, he'd go, Jasher Cox. And I was like, that guy's a badass, man. I love Jasher. Back it up, Terry. Back it up, oh Lord. Back it up, Terry. That's exactly right, Detla. Thank you. Put it in reverse, Terry. Thank you guys for bringing me up. Ravin says old granddad. He meant to say old granddad bottled and bottled. Okay. Is that like the orange label one?
I don't know.
I'm not sure that I've done that one.
I don't know that. Is that one of the ones we got off the bottom shelf and did that show like years ago?
Yeah, what we did some stuff
Not years
like
ago.
that.
Well, almost years ago now. I know.
Is it the orange? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's the orange label.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't think we've had that one, Courtney.
That looks almost as bad as the mellow corn.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of
that label. That label does not say, "Please pick me up off the shelf." They need somebody else to. Oh, look! It's a plastic bottle.
Is it really?
Sweet.
Here's what they're talking about, by the way. I was going to pull it up. Oh,
that's a plastic bottle on the left there.
We don't know. We don't know that.
That's 100% a plastic bottle.
You don't know that.
Looks like a Gatorade bottle.
Maybe you're Gatorade.
Yes.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Oh, Lord, Terry. That's exactly right. Let's see. Cassidy B says, Ravin, I haven't bought it. At $200 a bottle that I've seen sitting at the store, I'm thinking.
This is $200?
No, he ain't talking about this. He's talking about a different version of this, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the one he's talking about, honestly. Kanuman says the thing that gets me about that video is everyone just sat and watched, only telling Terry to back up instead of actually
Nobody was going to help him. It was like, good luck, buddy. Just back it up like he's not trying to.
Back it up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. I guarantee you guys, Jasher will post that tomorrow, and I'll be happy to retweet it. It's like his favorite thing, and I love it too. All right, is it time to go to news, Courtney?
Yeah, some amazing bourbon news out there in the bourbon world.
Let's see. We'll go to news right here, Courtney.
Yes, so Green River has released an Army expression for its 250th anniversary.
Not for Green River's 250th anniversary.
No, for the Army's 250th birthday.
That's right.
Yes, and once again, I'm not impressed with the label. I think they could have done something better here.
I am 99% sure that we saw this at Total Wine and Spirits.
Which one?
The Army one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think we did. Then we were up in the ATL last weekend. For $50, I'd try it. But I don't, once again, I'm not, I gotta want to buy a bottle. I gotta have an interest in buying it. I don't know that I would necessarily have an interest in buying that unless maybe a couple dollars is going to the Army, I hope.
I don't know if they said that.
I don't know, but they should. But I'm really excited about this Disney experience here. They're opening a new lounge. Well, it's already open, called Geo 82 up in Epcot. And you can have little, of course, cocktails and things like that. They have their own bourbon there, their own picks. So you can get a bourbon flight for $49. Not too bad. At Disney, that's not bad.
No, it's not. You gave me the list, Courtney. I wasn't able to fit it on there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to cram it in and injure the graphic.
Yes. Yeah. We text a lot, don't we?
Yeah, we do text a lot.
There it is.
Your choices on that $49 flight include Uncle Nearest Single Barrel, Woodford Reserve Single Barrel, Blanton's Gold Single Barrel, or Stag Private Barrel.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
that's not bad.
I feel like that's fair. $49, I would definitely pay for that. And then to have a view out over Epcot, I think that would be really nice. And of course, you can get your charcuterie and other little tastes there, little bites.
Old Fashioned Ways Plus says, cheers, everyone. Glad to have you here, Old Fashioned Ways.
Nice.
Also known as OFW++.
Nice.
Glad to have you here.
Yes.
I'm sure you're drinking up tonight.
And then I just thought it was very interesting that once again, a rare Pappy barrel sells for $800,000. One barrel.
I'm going to tell you a funny story. When you sent this to me, I thought it was a Pappy 15 barrel pick. Like, I thought it was one bottle.
No.
So I go to look this up. I go, Courtney's got this wrong or something. No, you had it perfectly right. I just read it wrong.
Yeah.
It's the actual barrel.
You get the actual barrel. But, I mean, yes, that's a lot of bottles. But $800,000. Now, it was a fundraiser for the California wildfires.
That is
So,
true.
I'm sure that there were some wealthy folks up in there that were like, hey, I can help this be a write-off too. So, but yeah, that's impressive.
This was bought by a collective of bourbon enthusiasts, I read, who paid $800,000 for this. And they said the yield was going to be between 125 and 150 bottles worth. So
That just goes to tell you there's a lot of the angel share there.
they were paying, that means approximately per barrel was something like
bottle.
$6,000, per bottle. And you can get this Pappy 15 for probably less than $2,000 a bottle. So
Yeah, it was
they paid
definitely a
premium,
fundraiser.
but it was a fundraiser.
Yes, but wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of dollars.
A Pappy 15 barrel.
That's a lot of dollars.
Me and you could just put that in here, tap that sumbitch, and just hit it for the rest of our lives.
I don't think I'd want to do that.
You could have
You'd have to
people
take
over.
the bung hole out all the time and tap it back in, Jay.
Let's see. Old Fashioned Wave says, I was just at Disney. Need a reservation for that new bar in
Yes.
Epcot, or as some call it,
know.
Epco. So we'll be going back in August and we'll be checking it
Yes.
out. It's called GO82.
Yeah.
We don't know a lot about where it is. We haven't been to Epcot in a minute.
Yeah, it's at I can't remember where it was. I'm sorry.
Was it
Anyway, I know it's in Epcot. I want to say it was what's the spaceship one?
Spaceship Earth?
Yeah, I want to say it was located there, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't recall now after a few drinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in the land, too. We posted, first of all, Becky shared this little nugget from Twitter. And the Rocket's red glare, Terry in his chair gave proof through the night his reverse needs repair. I think
That's pretty good.
That is pretty clever.
That's clever.
It is very clever.
It is clever and catchy.
And also, Cassidy passed along. This is what that old granddad that we're
Oh.
talking about cost right there. It's a 16-year-old granddad.
Wow.
So that ain't no...
Yeah, that's been around for a minute. That's a better label than the others. And I like its medallion there on its chest.
Detlef says, just when you think you're doing decently well, you hear stories like this and somebody's paying $800K for a barrel.
Right, exactly. Well, it wasn't just one person, but still. I mean, splitting up $100K.
It's a fundraiser. It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
You gave me your word. You gave LeBron your word. You guys remember Entourage?
Yes.
We paid for the carbon offset. Ravince is tapping the bung.
That is true. You have to tap that bung right back on in.
And Cassidy
Tap,
P
tap.
with a very old school Epcot reference, Captain Neo. I think it was actually called Captain EO.
Oh.
EO, when Michael Jackson did a...
Oh, I
Was it
do
Captain
remember
EO?
this. I think he's right. I think it's Neo. I think it's...
Captain EO.
Oh,
EO.
you're right. It is EO.
It actually opened in 1986. I think I went one time to see MJ as part of that Epcot thing. But
Wow. That was back before we knew things, right?
what? He was a
That he likes...
he had
yeah.
a pet
He would have
orangutan.
enjoyed Disney a lot. So,
I don't like where we're going with this.
I mean, I'm just stating facts.
He made Thriller.
I'm aware. I went to his concert. I was 3 floors away from him.
The king of pop.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, good stuff there, Courtney. I think this means we ought to go to Epco.
Okay.
I'm going to tell Shannon Terry I need a couple weeks off just to kind of
Couple weeks.
just to embed myself.
Yes, definitely. This is the time of year for that, Jay.
Maybe July, but
Not July.
I mean, who really cares about SEC media days? If you think about it, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's just blabber, blabber, blabber. There you go, Canoeman. Do the right thing, Vince.
Again and again and again.
How much did you give?
I need some water.
He said, I was thinking $250. That's pretty funny, man. Okay, so that's the news, Courtney.
Yes.
Does that mean that it's almost time for us to go into the most popular
I thought it was
segment of our
pictures.
show? Oh, is it picture time?
Yes. Picture pages, picture pages.
I was about
Show
to,
me
we need to
all
get the
picture pages.
I need to get the picture pages.
Okay.
All right, Courtney, talk us through this one.
This is just a view from our room on our resort vacation in the Cancuns. And I just enjoyed this view. I think it's nice and beautiful and peaceful. And there's no idiot drunkards out there yet that don't know how to handle their liquor.
That'd be me.
So it was, no, you're not an idiot drunkard. You know how to handle your liquor. You're loud, like I am when you drink. I'm very loud when I drink. I didn't know I was so loud. But I've realized I lose my voice on every trip.
Yeah, you end up going, hey guys, I can't really talk.
Talk because I was screaming last night.
Okay, that's
anyway. Hey, look, what is that, Jay?
It's a stock photo of a coati.
Jay's making fun of my stock photo because I didn't get a picture of this critter. We saw him 3 times. Stop.
We call him a
saw him
tejon.
3 times.
Tejon.
Yes, he's called a tejon or a coati.
Coati.
Okay, whatever. Basically, they call it a Mexican raccoon, which that's kind of what he looks like. And they're just strolling around. It didn't matter what time of day. It was in the middle of the day, and they strolling around. And he was running up the tree and messing with the birds. They weren't liking it. Anyway, it's kind of interesting when you're sitting on a lounge chair and this creature walks by very kind of close to you.
I mean, he's fairly big.
Yeah,
he's bigger than a raccoon.
He's as big as Herschel. I mean, that says something.
But the birds would dive bomb his ass. Like they would dive bomb and just go right into him. You could see, they would hit him so hard he would kind of move.
Yeah.
He was kind of trying to hide from them.
Yeah, because I think he went and stole their eggs and stuff.
Yeah, he's a dick.
Yeah. Anyway, look at these guys. Look at him. This is on the sidewalk. How am I supposed to get by on the sidewalk? It's not just 1 or 2. But you got Big Daddy back there in the back. Look at him. He is an ancient iguana. Iguana. So I just like this because, I mean, they don't give 2 F's about you. Yeah.
T-Roy says that's just what the foxes and raccoons end up making down here in Troy. Some big boys down there.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
I call these lagartos, but if you want to call them iguanas, I don't think it's wrong.
Yes. This is at the...
what's this old boy's name, man?
Shoot, I can't remember.
I wrote this
He was
down.
great. So this is one of the bartenders at the Excellence Club bar, which is like the... I guess if you want to say the snooty version of the hotel. You pay extra to be in this area. Anyway, their normal pour was Woodford, so I appreciated that instead of the Jim Beam that we were getting everywhere. I did find something out interesting yesterday about Jim Beam, that it is the world's most popular bourbon.
How about that?
Highest grossing bourbon. Yes, it's in which I was surprised by, but it makes sense. Whenever we go down there, we know we clear out the Jim Beam. So anyway, he's making me an old fashioned here. Unfortunately, there was not a rock for me, so I had to have a couple of pieces of ice, but it was good. Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I have an ice picture here because I think, Courtney, are you trying to...
No, I was showing how everyone in our party that was there had bourbon, and there was, 6 old fashions? So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't realize that everybody was getting old fashioned, so I guess we have
affected?
Yeah, we've had positive or negative impacts on folks.
By the way, Cuz passed this along.
There you go.
That's an actual coati that Cuz took a picture of.
Oh, look at him. It's probably the same guy. That's a big guy. See?
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with him. He's going over there to open up that cart and get out what he wants.
Usually his tail is up, so I guess it makes him look a little bigger.
Yeah.
Maverick, don't be a dick.
Come here, Mav.
You're being a dick, Maverick.
So, yeah, anyway.
Sorry. All right, next picture. Let's go to this one.
Oh, so after we went on our trip to Cancun, we came back to Atlanta, and our lovely daughter's living in Atlanta with her boyfriend, and we needed to meet his family. So we went out to lunch with them and then ended up at...
Chateau Elan.
Very good, Jay. Yes, a winery. He's like, do y'all like wine? And I was like...
No.
I'm not really a big wine drinker. And he's like, well, would you like to go have some? And I'm like, we'd love to go have some. So we end up out here. It's a beautiful place. Never been. And the atmosphere was really cool. It looked very busy in the parking lot. I didn't think that we were going to be able to get in because it was a Saturday in June, and I figured there was a bunch of weddings going on. But we walked right in, picked up a couple bottles, and sat down and had a little merry time.
Courtney thinks that I will... Raven thinks I'm going to choke you with my tail. We don't call it a tail, Raven. Not where we're from. We got more wine pictures here. This is...
Yeah, these are the 2 bottles that they picked out. And
well, they is me. I got one of them. And then Warren, who's my...
daughter's boyfriend's dad.
Yeah. He picked out the other one.
Yes.
I'm not a wine guy, as you guys know. I went ahead and we hit it.
I found out that they put other things in barrels besides bourbon when I was there. I was very surprised.
Well, those are wine barrels.
Oh, shit. Really?
No kidding. And there's our little...
Yeah, you can walk in there anytime. It's not like it was a tour. They just have a little area over there. And so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. It's nice and chilly in there. And then there's Jay with his bottle of wine.
I did. I was pounding that.
We were.
It was some just like basic beginner wine or whatever.
It was
Doesn't matter.
Pinot Grigio.
And that's my guy right there.
There's Warren.
We call him Warren G, even though his last name's not G. But
yeah, it's a JG and Warren G.
That dude's a badass, man. I really like him. Like to party with him. And he has this badass new BMW SUV that was really cool. Yeah. That he let me ride in. Mm-hmm. We sent you girls in the other car. Yep. Because there was man's business to talk about.
Man's business to discuss.
Yeah, for real. And then all else we got here is Maddie and Maddie Skibbity.
That's so funny.
And then Courtney actually hold on, we got Captain. We got to do Captain's picture.
Yeah, I should have sent you a picture of.
And then Courtney was actually at.
I was at Olive Garden today, y'all. I had some breadsticks. Yes, I did. I even took a picture.
That on the left is an actual picture of Courtney in real life when she really was that drunk.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no clue. We had a discussion at the girls' night about that. So there you go. Yes, I have proof from my visit today for you, Jay.
You're gonna send this to me just so I can show a picture of breadsticks? Hey, it's Blake. He's in the
Yes, hey Blake.
There he is.
Yes,
Blake is the man.
Actual proof today, y'all. This is time stamped and everything. Those breadsticks were delicious today.
How is this
the ones underneath? I'm just teasing. It's not really time stamp. But
okay.
Yeah, that was today, y'all. Had some breadsticks. Didn't throw them at anybody. And I only had 2 instead of like 8, like I usually do.
Laugh all you want, Newman says. That young lady is living in one incredible mansion. They're trying to say that she lives at Chateau Alon.
Oh, Maddie?
That's Maddie's new pad.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely her spot.
Oh, no doubt.
Yes.
I did get to install her ring camera.
Ring camera, yes.
It made me feel very dad-like. All right, so...
Let me take care of this for you.
Now that we've done pictures, Courtney, I think that means it might be time for Courtney's Corner.
Is that right?
I think so.
Okay.
What do you think? Is it almost time? Is it time for the banger, boys?
I need to hear it.
Oh, Courtney wants to crank it up. There it is, Courtney's Corner. It is time for the Corner.
Yes. So Jay says that this was an acceptable one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Favorite summer movies, a.k.a. summer blockbusters.
Blockbusters.
Yeah, that was a cool little, that was a good idea, Courtney.
So, Top Gun. I mean, that's my favorite summer movie of all time. Yeah. I literally saw it 7 times in the movie theater. My best friend Catherine and I went and saw it 7 times.
I know, it's the volleyball scene.
It was just, it was a volleyball scene. It was a romance, and it was, it was all of it. It was awesome. And I'm not talking about Top Gun Maverick. I mean, that was good too, but the original, better. Independence Day, that just reminds me of 4th of July. I don't know why, it just does, and I think it's a cool movie.
Ravin wants to know, did you eat one breadstick at a time, or did you start a new one before finishing the old?
Oh.
Great question.
Interesting question. I shoved both of them in my mouth at the same time. No, one at a time.
Bridesmaids, I did not think that was a summer blockbuster per se, but
yes, for the ladies it was.
Okay.
I mean, I know you're not wild about it,
but there's some
really funny scenes. There's some very classic scenes in that movie. Jurassic Park just reminds me of when we were dating. Yeah. That was one of the first movies we went and saw in Louisville. No, because it came out in like 93,
I think it came out in 93, yeah. We just looked this up, didn't we?
I think it was 93. So it wasn't one of the first movies we saw, but it felt like it was one. I remember vividly going to see this and paying $8 a piece, and it was at night, and I was like, oh my God, this movie is so expensive. And that was in 93, and it was $8.
June 11th, 1993.
Okay. But it was amazing. And it was scary. It was a little scary. I mean, I know you say it's a documentary, so.
I was so fired up to see that movie. I'm not
Yes.
sure that I had been more fired up to see a movie. Mm-hmm. I was so into that.
That was a good movie.
Such a cool idea. And I mean, I think it's withstood the test of time. It's had these spin-offs, and it's got a big one coming out right now.
Yeah, it does. Aliens, man, that movie scared the crap out of me.
Yeah,
It scared the crap out of me.
That's the scariest I've ever been in a movie theater.
That was a scary, scary movie, and I love being scared like that. And so I think that's why that one stuck so much with me. It was a good one.
I saw that one in 1986 at Turfland Mall.
Turfland Mall.
With my aunt and my
Boy,
uncle. Yeah.
you are definitely aging yourself.
Yeah, 1986. For me, Back to the Future, 1985, unbelievable. Just a great movie. Had a lot of hype, great music. Like, that was the first time I held hands with a girl in a movie theater.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah, I ended up getting some tit out of that later, but not that night, though. I got that in a tree house. Yeah, tree house.
A tree house. That is wrong. That is wrong. That is really wrong.
Jurassic Park, for reasons we just discussed. Raiders of the Lost Ark, I was so into that movie, man. About 81, maybe.
And I really was not.
Well, it's not
really
it's not really a girl movie.
Well, I mean, wouldn't say that Aliens or Independence Day is
No.
girl movie.
Terminator 2 in 1991. Again, I liked the Terminator, and then this came out, and I was just so fired up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was the biggest blockbuster. It had the song, what was the Guns N' Roses song? You Could Be Mine was out, and you could see the clips where Arnold's character was like doing the shotgun. He would, to reload it, he would flip it, It was so badass. I was so fired up for that one. And then Dick Tracy, I'm taking some shit from Blake about it. He says, Dick Tracy for you, JG? Not poop on it, or it's a unique choice.
I agree.
So this came out in 1990.
Poop on it.
And I happened to go to MGM Studios when this was coming out, and everybody was wearing the yellow hat, to kind of be like Dick Tracy. And I actually got one, even though I was 17. I love Dick Tracy. And if you guys remember this movie, it has such amazing color and lighting in that movie.
We just talked about color with you, so.
I know, we were talking about that a couple weeks ago, and I forgot about Dick Tracy. The colors in that movie are unfucking believable. Whoever it was that was the cinematography on that did an amazing job. I still remember it 30-something years later.
I think it's interesting. We're old because the newest movie on here is Bridesmaids, and that's 10 years old?
Yeah, no, I think it's older than that, probably.
12 years old, something like that. And so, yeah, these are all 90s movies, aren't they?
Yeah, somebody mentioned Jaws, which really is to me is the first one.
Well, that's definitely the first summer
Jaws is huge.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
But I wonder if we're kind of past the summer blockbuster. I know F1, they're kind of shoving it down our throats.
Yeah,
this
that's
year.
what made me, that we were talking about that. I might actually go see that only because of who's in it. Because he's cute. He might be a little crazy, but he's cute. So what...
Run 24 says, glad to know when the real alien spaceships show up. A 1990s Apple computer is all we need to bring down starships. He's talking about Independence Day.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I just need my Centrist 650.
We got it.
Fuck that shit up. Vince's yellow coat was amazing, talking about Dick Tracy. I mean, I probably watch this movie every 18 months, and I'm willing to pay for it to watch it.
Zero interest.
Had Warren Beatty, who apparently still owns the rights to Dick Tracy forever, in perpetuity. And Madonna was in it. I want to say Al Pacino was in that. God, I'm telling you guys, it was really underrated, bro. It was a good one. And it had that thing that Roger Rabbit had where it was real movie or whatever, real people, but it had some backgrounds that were kind of cartoony.
Okay.
It was super cool,
That's probably
man.
why I wouldn't have liked it.
I watched it with you maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and you were like, whatever. Yeah. I was like, you just don't get it.
Yeah,
some people just don't get it, man.
Just don't get it.
Kidman says the way Dick Tracy was shot is what made the movie. Would be mediocre otherwise. Now I completely agree with that, but it's still great because of the way it looks. I mean, I'm still married to her because of how hot she is. It certainly ain't because of her producer ability on this show, right? Your job is to show up and be cute.
Okay.
And you're good at that.
Well, thanks. I do a little work. Stop.
I'm just teasing, man.
It's just because today you actually were working, and so there's.
I've had 3 days in a row where I actually.
You've actually.
That's
pitiful. That's pitiful.
Well, we're trying to move over to the new site.
Drink some water.
I feel like there's some people that need help, you know,
Yeah.
because some of their subscriptions aren't working right.
That's the thing when you have that change that there's going to be a couple jack up problems. So
Ghostbusters, great choice. I think they came out in '84.
Was that a summer movie?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
it probably was. But
I think that might have been before the time I could watch that myself.
Ghostbusters.
June 8th, 1984. Yeah, was it R or was it PG-13? I wonder. I don't know.
Is that they even have PG-13 then?
Well, then they.
I don't know. Like I remember when PG-13 came out. I remember being aware of when that new rating came out. So I don't know.
I don't know, Courtney. That's a great
Should be
question.
over on the right.
Oh,
PG.
PG. Mm-hmm. That's a little scary for
Yeah, it's a little
that.
scary for that.
A
Maybe
little
that's why
scary.
they came out with PG-13.
Yeah, that might have been it. Good call, cuz. That was a really big deal at the time. And I was very tempted to put E.T. on there, too, because E.T. was a big deal when it came out.
That is true.
But I didn't want to go too old.
Yeah.
Cass DP correctly notes that Dick Tracy was a less racy / exciting Sin City. Very similar concepts. And Sin City, obviously, appealed to the prurient interest a little bit more. But, yeah, very similar concepts. And Roger Rabbit, I think, was kind of similar, too. Mm-hmm. Which was big time at that time, for sure. Let's see. Commitment says, I think AA is a great producer on the show.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All my hard work that goes into producing this episode.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Like walk me through. Just kind of tell me a little bit about.
I type some things on the computer and I move the mouse around and I make magic happen.
All right, cool.
I type some things on that funny board over there and...
Runner 24 says, barely remember the Dick Tracy movie other than the yellow coat. That's fair. I mean, I think if you're not into like the cinematography of movies, I don't think you'd remember it. It was a big deal in 1990, though, because Vogue was like the big #1 song, and she was in the movie, and it was just all kind of like together, I guess.
Yeah.
I just love the color in that movie. It's amazing. Ravin says, Waterworld was also a great summer movie. Great. Not sure I would agree with great.
Never saw that.
That's the Kevin Costner movie that came out in 93-ish.
Never saw that.
I think we've seen it. We haven't watched the whole movie or anything like that.
I haven't seen it.
Everybody was bitching about how bad it was. Commitment says, do not forget about James Cameron's Aquaman.
I could forget about it because I didn't know it existed. So
That reminds me of Entourage. Aquaman, Queens Boulevard, they stink. They fucking stink.
what's that thing that has the ride at Disney? The blue people. What's that thing called?
Oh, Avatar.
Avatar. There you go.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's when me and you started feeling too old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everybody was super into that. That came out in December, by the way, so that would not be a summer
Yeah,
blockbuster.
but I don't know. I was thinking about that. Isn't that James Cameron?
Yes, absolutely.
thought.
And his ex-wife, I'll never forget
can't.
this because I forgot it at trivia, Catherine Bigelow.
Oh, okay.
They said, who was the first woman to win an Oscar for directing? And I could not remember her name. I put the chick who directed The Hurt Locker. And they would not accept that as an answer, which is fair. Catherine Bigelow.
Newman is a very smart man. Have I ever told you how smart he is?
He's very quick.
Yes, he's very smart.
He's on to something here. Blake says The Goonies was technically late spring, but I consider it a summer.
Goonies,
I think that's fair, yeah.
The Goonies is great. What's the what's the creature called? What's the
Chunk.
Chunk? Is that right?
Chunk, hey you guys.
Hey you guys. This is really terrible.
Hold on. I got a release date of June 7,
yeah,
1985,
that's
bro.
cool.
So that would count. I'm with you, Blake. I thought that was a late spring one too, but apparently not. I don't know. Why are we remembering that the same way? It's kind of odd. Is it like everybody thought there was a Shazam movie that starred Sinbad, but that actually didn't happen? But then it did?
No, it stars Shaq, right? Instead of Sinbad? I can't remember.
I don't remember. Let's see. Kademan says, this is making me want to rewatch Back to the Future. I was thinking about it the other day. It is so good.
It is good. We watched it not long ago.
I'm in this Facebook group where it's like people who go to get pictures taken current day of places that happened in movies. Okay, so they go.
What did they call this Facebook group?
I don't remember. Famous movie locations or something like that.
All right.
And I would say 10% of all the pictures in that group are from Back to the Future.
Really?
Yes, it's just a
Interesting.
big. I mean, everybody all up and down. If you took that and ET together, that's 25% right there. Like, here's where ET flew over the moon. Here's ET's house. Here's where the cops came and got E.T. And I'm like, God damn.
Well, at Hollywood Studios, I got to fly like E.T.
Well, I remember I saw it. I was excited. It was the first time I saw you fly since you got fouled by that chick at Berea College.
Hush your mouth.
The one you ended up slashing later in the
I
game.
don't know what you're
Bitch
talking
tripped
about.
you up. It was not very cool. Let's see. Here's my man, Canoeman. Queens Boulevard was incredible. How they made Vinny's eyes pop was Dick Tracy level cinematography. Yeah, Turtle agrees with you on that totally.
That's funny.
I'm the one that has an Academy Award, and I'm calling you back
Again and again and again.
you cocksucker. Send me the check. Detlef Shroom says the Mandela effect. Very good stuff. Detlef, thank you for that, bro. That's what I couldn't remember. And also Blake says, is this show produced by 1.21 gigawatts? I also got to go on the set. I don't know if I went with you, though. It might have been before that. At Universal Studios where they did the shooting of like the clock tower and the 88 miles an hour stunts. And
I don't remember that.
I got to see that in Burbank there at the studio.
You know what I want to see right now? Is that air conditioning get turned on.
Because it says Queens Boulevard was better than Escobar. I think that was called Medellin, wasn't it? But it was about Escobar.
That's some good stuff there. We were talking about that show the other day.
Which one?
About Entourage. Yes. Remember, was it at the Bourbon event? I think it was. We were talking about Entourage. Yes.
I'm telling you, nobody likes Entourage more than Becky. I think she's like the #1 fan in America.
Oh, Detlef, so does Jay.
I'm going to tell you a story, Detlef.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Me and Courtney went on a vacation together.
Me and this old gal.
Me and this old girl. We went on a vacation in 2001, and we flew into Washington, and then we drove all the way to Portland, Maine, over the course of like a week. Mm-hmm. And we're in, I think, New Hampshire.
I think it was Rhode Island.
No. We were north of Boston. So it was either southern Maine or New Hampshire.
Okay, it had to be New Hampshire.
We're out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
We went to look at a lighthouse.
We're literally looking for...
Yes.
Let's just go to the water. We'll find a lighthouse.
It's true. I mean, we
So
did.
we're close to the water, and we're out in the middle of nowhere, and up on the corner of a fucking country-ass road is a DeLorean.
For sale.
For sale. It just says, for sale, DeLorean. I'm like,
what the hell?
There's not even anybody here.
Did it just get plopped here in the middle of...
Some like chick just goes, my granddad had this, and I don't give a fuck. I don't know what it is. That's a damn DeLorean, bro.
Yes, that was funny.
Hey, Canoeman, if you are thinking about a Tesla, though, I'm telling you, those Model X is kind of like that DeLorean. They got those Falcon wings. Mm-hmm. Be like having your own little DeLorean. Mm-hmm. Just saying, bro. Let's see. Vince says, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a summer release. That's interesting. Is that 89, maybe?
Another movie that I just did not care about. So
that came out June 22, 1988.
88, wow.
Bob Hoskins. And everybody had a crush on Homegirl. Jessica Rabbit, yeah. She was voluptuous.
Smoking.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She's pretty hot. Runner 24 says, it's like camping firewood. I just put money in an envelope and drive off with a DeLorean.
Yep, I can see that.
Canoeman says, I seriously tried to get our team placed in Medellin instead of Bogota. I did not win that one, ha.
Uh-oh.
I don't know that story, Canoeman. You better tell that one on DM in case somebody's reading. I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. So you got some good ones there, Courtney.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So is anybody else, what?
What were you going to say?
I don't know.
Has anybody else got any interesting ones?
I'm trying to think of something else from the summertime that I liked. But yeah, Top Gun. I'm trying to think of what else. You get Terminator too. There's the Hamacy.
I remember one that nobody gives a shit about anymore, but I think that, I don't remember what summer it was, but the movie called Arachnophobia. Mm-hmm. I literally waited in line for that fucker.
No, you didn't. You can't admit to that.
Eaton Square in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You can't admit to that. There it is, 1990.
Arachnophobia, does it say release date? July 18, 1990. God.
No, not interested.
No, I only did that because my high school girlfriend wanted to go see it. You know how it is. You just
go along.
Yeah. Like now, I would just tell you no. But then...
I would say, but I want to go, and you'd be like, okay, I'll go.
I didn't want to get cut off. Speaking of not getting cut off, there's a ham and and cheese, boys and girls.
Ugh. That one's not going to talk back, is it?
That one just takes
Takes one for the
what
team.
you want to give it. A little old fashioned says cheers. Bourbon,
Cheers.
bourbon,
I
bourbon.
need
Glad to
some
have
more
you.
bourbon.
A little old fashioned. I like that logo. That's badass. I like that. Which one do you want?
Turn around, hand me the Pursuit right there. Yeah.
We're at the point in the show we just start grabbing
drinking
random
whatever's
bourbons.
available.
Why don't you show them what you got here, Courtney? I will bring this up.
I got the Pursuit United. I think this is just the straight up.
No, that's not. It's the blue one.
Oh, it's the blue label, but I can't read what it says.
This is the. It's finished in toasted American and French oak barrels.
I recall liking this one.
Ravin, thank you, my man. He says Boys in the Hood was a summer release.
Oh.
Is that 91?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
July 2, 1991. Yes.
How about Friday?
I was working at Red Lobster. What year did Friday come out? 95 maybe?
I can't remember.
April 1995.
Oh, not a summer movie.
Boys in the Hood kicked my ass. Man, I love that movie. Good God, I love that movie. I bet I saw that 2 or 3 times in the movie theater.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, Cassidy P says Ricky. Ricky got shot in that movie. No spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, in case anybody hasn't seen it.
And Ice Cube was Doughboy in that one. Mm-hmm. And their buddy that was in the wheelchair was named Lil Chris. Good stuff, man.
That's good stuff.
But I like Friday better. It's more fun. You sent me a AI
I did.
short from Friday the other day.
I
where
did.
Big
It was the
Perm
little
like,
kids.
yeah.
Where it's the like toddlers that they have doing the parts. It's great.
Cademan says the gummy has officially kicked in.
Yes.
This is why I gave the warning.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
this is where we start getting the real truth out of Cademan. He said he still have a crush on Jessica Rabbit. I don't personally, because she ended up being kind of a hoe. But Elastigirl, who's similar to Jessica Rabbit but better, I still have a crush on her.
Yeah.
I would, like, if you gave me a hall pass for Elastigirl, I would.
Okay, that's creepy. Please don't admit that.
Wait, that
you
sounds
just
like-
did in public, but don't.
Does this sound like BJ from Righteous Gemstones?
Like, no. You can't admit
Elastigirl
that.
is so hot.
But you can't admit.
And she gets shit done. She gets shit done.
Cartoon character.
Well, that means if you. Whatever. Okay.
I mean, yes, if you want to waste it on a cartoon character, you go right ahead, buddy. I'm going to waste it. I'm not going to waste mine. It's going to be a real person.
Who you got in mind?
I mean, I'm not talking about anybody in the locale. I'm talking about movie stars.
I'm willing to take Mariska Hargitay.
You're willing to. That's you're
I would
taking
do
one
that.
for the team.
I would do that for you if it made you feel better.
You're such a little liar. You just like that she's a police officer.
She's pretty hot too.
Yeah.
And
Well,
her mom is pretty hot.
and I like that as she's gotten older, she's not really worried about keeping up with Hollywood and all the implants and all the extras, and she has a little weight on her, and that's okay. So
Yeah, but
that's not normal for somebody who has been doing the exact same role for 26 years.
I forgot to put this up earlier. Usually at the end of when we give grades for our current bourbons, I like to put our top grades so far on the board. Now, nothing changed in the last 3 weeks, so this is still our board here. Peerless Toasted Barrel, which looks a little something like this,
A little something.
is our favorite
Yes.
overall so far. Unfortunately, I believe this is our... No, I think Ravin got one of these. I think Ravin got a hold of one of these for us. They're hard to come by. We did pick up some stuff on our trip to Atlanta last weekend. We got a double oaked Peerless.
Mm-hmm. We did.
We got a few short barrels that we're going to drink on next week's show.
Yes. I have a little short barrel.
And then Creed Thoughts got us an Old Elk sherry cask finish, which I thought might pair nicely with some of the stuff that Cuz might be willing to share with us. He's got some Old Elk good stuff. He's been more pro Old Elk than we have been to this point. So any of these bourbons, if you guys see them out, knock the bottom out for sure.
Yes.
Barrel Vantage is pretty gettable for folks in Georgia and Florida.
Get up there.
Yeah, the rest of them are kind of tougher to find, but anyway, I thought I would just pass that along.
Yes. That Peerless rum finish is tasty too.
Oh, yeah, we got that from Cousin Becky. They gave us that
was
for Christmas, maybe? I think it was Christmas. Yeah.
Christmas.
We got it over here somewhere. Oh, yeah, it's the kind of greenish, bluish.
Yes,
Yeah, that's a good one.
that's a good one.
We love pretty much everything with Peerless.
Yeah.
Although the double oak is the double oaked one.
A double oak.
We're not the biggest fan of that one. Or no, it might have been the rye, Courtney.
Yes.
Remember when our friend Bridget went to that tasting and she goes, too much cinnamon.
Look at this jackass. Hey, Mav.
Ravin says, just got one. Honey Hole strikes
So excited.
again. I hope to share that with you sometime soon, Ravin. No doubt about it. Also, Cassidy B says, really enjoy the Peerless Double Oak. Short barrel is good too, but getting pricey. They are catching on. They're getting a little more in demand maybe because they just started in COVID. So it's still kind of a new thing. Courtney wanted me to share this picture. Oh,
Not that one.
Not that one. Where did he go? Not that one. There he is. Want to share this picture?
Here's who's in the studio.
This is him in the studio right now.
Look at the fatty McFats.
Look at that guy. What an idiot.
His little pink skin too. He's always breaking out in something.
I thought he was a Tridelt guy and he's sitting on a Chimega.
Yeah, look at that.
Anyway, that's our dog. That's our dog.
Doggy.
Let's see. Blake says, oh, so that's Peerless and not Penelope. Okay, we were drinking Penelope earlier. We've got them over here in these black bottles or these dark bottles.
We decided to change
bottles.
to something more delicious.
We didn't love it.
We not like the two that we tried.
Bourbon Hunter Lee is here with us. Cheers.
Hey.
All first time.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm sorry you're checking in a little bit late. We did drink these Project X Penelope's earlier. Was what we were trying to drink tonight, and we didn't love them. Courtney gave the cognac a 2 out of 4. I gave it a 2.5. And then we both gave the sherry cask finish 2.75 out of 4. So
Okay. Too pricey for what you're getting, in my opinion.
yeah, 70-ish, $75.
And very heavy on the finish. Particularly the sherry, I felt was very, very heavy. I didn't like that.
No, we didn't like that. So we ended up drinking other stuff, including, I know that you would know about this one right there, the Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond, which we think is the best everyday bourbon you can drink.
I think it's delicious.
Anywhere at all. Commitment says, how do we overlook how Stella got her groove back?
That is a good summertime movie.
I actually
agree.
read that book.
No, you did not.
Yes,
No.
I read like half of that book
I don't
because
believe you. I don't believe you.
I was told by someone that she was an incredible writer, which she
Okay.
happens to be.
Okay.
I just don't have great.
Attention span.
That's the word I'm looking for. I couldn't
for
even
reading a book.
Yeah, I haven't read a book since the Steve Jobs.
Since the Steve Jobs book.
Let's see. Detlef Shrimp says, Jay, did you talk about the Auburn account asking fans to roll tumors for a Guinness Book record on July 8th? They ended up doing a dirty delete. I was hoping that was fake because, as Henry said, I forgot what he said. I got to go back and try to find this, or can I find it? It would take me too long to find it. But Henry Patton had the greatest response to that. He said, "This is just absolutely pathetic." So was that really? I was getting the show ready and I wasn't paying super close attention. Unfathomable level of shamelessness is what he called it. Is this the actual Auburn? Is that the actual Auburn account? Looks like it.
Wow.
Anyway, Detlef, if that was real, absolutely pathetic. First of all, who gives a shit about Eli Manning? I don't give a damn. I mean, he's a fine football player and all, but who cares? Who cares?
Yes.
Cassidy B says we need a Maverick AI cartoon.
That would be a better picture right
I
there.
wonder if Chip has done that. It's possible.
Look at that. Look at that picture. He's just terrible.
He's an idiot.
He's terrible. And Herschel's done with this.
Vince has
up
got
here.
a larceny barrel pick that is straight fire, meaning actual fire down your throat. We'll get Ole Miss drunk. We poured out, I think the last bourbon we poured out was a larceny.
Yeah.
It wasn't a barrel pick. It was a cask strength or whatever.
It
It
was
just
rough.
It just wasn't going to work for me at all. Old Pirate Bourbon is with us as well.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers, friends and community. Arr.
I like it.
Glad to have you here, Old Pirate Bourbon. We were, again, drinking that Penelope Project X earlier, and we're generally disappointed in it.
Yeah. Wish it was better.
So we've been
but
drinking some other stuff, but for what it is.
Yeah.
By the way, Old Pirate, we did have a list up earlier of our favorite stuff that we've had this year. if I could pull it up. I don't know why I'm having trouble with that. At Top Hours is what it's called. Those are our favorites from this year that we've had, and our ratings next to them. This is out of 4, by the way.
Peerless Toasted Barrels Tasty.
Yeah, Derbytown is one that we got. It's like a little boy.
He's so cute.
Yeah, it's a little 375 that we got. This is actually like some kind of a weird pursuit type thing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, this is Derbytown.
Yep.
Super, super good.
Yes, it was surprisingly good. I was not anticipating it to be good.
Shockingly good, yeah.
Yeah, it was very good.
And then they had another one called Melwood, I think, that was just okay.
It was good, but that Derbytown was one of the surprising little catches.
Cass DP says, hey, old pirate bourbon, what you drinking? And then Blake said, surrender the booty, old pirate.
I like it.
No quarter given. Is it going to be that time, Courtney?
It's going to be about that time.
I know you got to go to work in the morning. So.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I'm
you
so
don't,
excited.
actually.
I
It's
don't.
Independence Day
Nobody
here in the
does.
United States.
Well, not most people are off, I will say.
And Wardam Steve showing his age says Ben Omanu having flashbacks about Eli in Auburn. Ben Omanu dropped what could have been the winning touchdown pass and then showed up to media availability and answered every question we had about the job. Because that's the kind of kid Ben Omanu is. From Selma, Alabama. He is now an attorney.
Oh, really?
Shocking nobody
There you go.
that he's that bright. And really one of the great ones. I went to his ceremony in Selma when he committed to Auburn over Stanford.
Stanford.
Great kid. Great
So
kid.
close.
One of the great kids that come out of Selma. Not the greatest, though, because that would be Mia Hamm.
Oh, you're talking about athletes. Okay.
Mia Hamm was born in Selma.
Okay, great.
She's pretty good.
She's all right. She ain't doing much these days.
Wow. She is a self-made millionaire, and she's married to a multimillionaire.
Okay.
She's Gucci. She's doing all right.
She's doing all right.
Hanging out with Noma. TJ said, Bama Law graduate. Well, you can't be an Auburn Law graduate, that's for sure. But yeah, great kid. I shouldn't call him kid. He's probably 45 years old now, but you know what I mean. When I think of Ben, I think of him being 20 years old. So anyway.
Yes.
And Revenge just says Ross Dress for Less.
Nope.
I did make a mention earlier to Courtney and Maddie going to TJ Maxx Dress for More. Because that's where the rich bitches go.
Oh, yeah,
And
definitely.
the po folks like me get our jerseys.
TJ Maxx
Ross
is
Dress for
definitely
Less.
where the rich people shop.
All right, guys, we're going to bounce. I hope you guys have a great Independence Day.
Yes.
And if you're going to shoot off fireworks,
Just
I'd rather you not.
back it up, right? Or put it in reverse.
And then Terry. Terry. Oh, Lord, Terry. And look for that retweet tomorrow. 'Cause I guarantee Jasher Cox is going to tweet it. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us again. We'll be back next Thursday, right?
That's the plan.
And we're going to be doing short barrel on that show. We've got a short barrel pick, and we also have they call it Old Fourth.
Old Fourth.
It's okay.
It's a distillery they also just bought. So, yep.
Let's see. Old Pirate says, I just got the Doc Holiday first sip of the night.
Nice.
We saw that at Total Wine and More
Yes.
in Johns Creek, Georgia, and did not get it, but we were thinking about it.
Yep.
It comes in a cool ass bottle. Cool bottle.
Very cool.
Pocket is here. He says, great show. We didn't even know Pocket was here.
Look at that lurker.
Runner 24 says, can't spend money anywhere like at a TJ
Oh,
Maxx.
that's true.
But a Ross Dress for Less. I bet
Jay-
you can get more mileage out of a Ross Dress for Less.
I don't know about that, Jay.
I think you can.
I don't know. Oh, Herschel disagrees. What do you think, Hirsch?
Canoeman says,
like
love
Ross?
the rain.
That's
My man. All right. Well, looks like we're going to be bouncing. Runner 24 says, thanks and enjoy the holiday long weekend all.
That's right.
By the way, we are now at auburnsports.com, but it looks a lot different now that we've been bought by On3 and we have merged. The sites have merged. So those of you who are subscribers, I know a lot of you are. Thank you for hanging with us as we move over in the transition. For those of you who are not, maybe you like Auburn, maybe you're just here for the bourbon. I don't know. Maybe you're just here for the, hey, I want to see
amazing.
a couple that's been together a long time and really like hanging
Like
out.
hanging out together.
Maybe you're there for that. I
Yes.
don't know.
All
But
right.
auburnsports.com and auburnlive.com is where I work, and that's where my stuff is posted.
Yes.
You work
Good
at
stuff.
KinderCare, but that's
Yeah,
not posted.
It's not posted.
All right, guys, we'll check you out next week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next time. Peace and love.
Cheers.